What's up guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the DBS guide for beginners. In the first video we looked at leaders and I showed you some leaders which would be suitable for beginners. In this episode we're talking about energy. So as you know, in this game there are cards with energy costs. Every card has energy cost, apart from some have a zero cost and don't cost anything. So here you have your total energy cost and a specified energy cost. In these two cases it's 1 blue, 1 blue. This is 4 energy and 2 blue, so at least 2 of them need to be blue. And this card, at least 3 of them needs to be blue. So energy lets you do stuff basically, and so it's very important to have enough energy to be able to play your deck, which is why generally going first is strong, because it lets you effectively be 1 turn ahead of your opponent. Now if you do not go first, or if you do go first and you want to have larger energy advantage, you can consider ramp cards such as Objection. This costs 2 energy, 1 blue, and it allows you to choose 1 card from your hand and add it to your energy. This card is quite good in some decks, but it does reduce your hand size, so that is something that you need to take into consideration. Another card is Whist, the Resting Attendant. 4 cost, 2 blue. When you play this card, you can add 1 card from the top of your deck as energy. This card is mainly just used in the DBS deck, although in sort of mono blue decks, if you're just starting out, this card can be quite useful as well. It's very important to remember that you can only charge at the beginning of your turn, and if you forget, then it puts you at a disadvantage. I've been guilty of this before when I was starting out in the game, and a lot of new players I see, they forget to charge, and they play their cards and then they try to charge energy, but of course you're not allowed to do that. This is fine in friendly games if your opponent's being nice to you, but in a tournament no one's going to let you make your plays and then charge energy. So choosing the correct card to charge is very important, because once you charge your cards, you can't use it anymore. One thing that is very important that I need to tell you right now is you do not charge your super combos. So any of these, don't charge them. I've seen a lot of players, newer players, they charge their, usually playing blue, they put their piccolos in energy. And if it's a competitive game, that makes me very happy, because these cards are very powerful, and just never charge these, never charge any of these. So what cards should you charge? If for example you are playing DBS, this is a good card, and it was very strong in the set 2 Soul Striker deck. The effect is, it has double strike, and when you play this card, if you have 5 energy or more, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So it's a strong ability, but if you open this card or you have this early game, firstly it's 4 energy, and the effect only activates when you have 5 energy. This would be a perfect card to charge if it's turn 1 or just early in the game, because you cannot play this, or you cannot really use the effect of this until turn 5 unless you've ramped in the previous turn. Another good candidate would be if you have 2 of your smaller cards which you want to play early game, but you only really need 1 of them, then you can charge 1 of these as well. Black cards, as you may know, do not have a specified energy cost, and generally I would say stay away from charging black cards, although sometimes you still do need to charge them, because it's better to have an extra energy than not have the extra energy. But there will be times where you want to make plays and you are unable to, because your black energy doesn't actually contribute towards any specified cost. And knowing what cards are in your deck and what specified cost they have is very important. There was a newer player I saw the other week. He had King Vegeta Surprise Attack in hand. He had this at the beginning of the game, and it would have come in really clutch for him, but he didn't have any green energy, so he couldn't play this card at all, and by the time he did get green energy, he had lost already. So looking into previous decks that have done well in the past, I've come up with some examples of what you could do. So in the Soul Striker deck, you played blue cards obviously with this, and also you played green cards such as Super Saiyan Gotenks. This is a 5-drop which lets you draw and untap 2, and this has a specified cost of 2 green. So somehow you need to charge 2 green energy in order to essentially unlock your deck. And as most of your cards were probably blue, drawing into them would just have required a lot of luck, and it wouldn't have made the deck consistent. So what happened is people played Bulma. So Bulma lets you search a Trunks Future with an energy cost of 4 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. And this let you search these 2 cards. First you've got the Light of Hope Trunks promo. If you have 5 or more energy, this card and your leader card gain 5,000 power. And Full Power Trunks, which is a triple strike, and it gives all your opponent's battle cards blocker when this card attacks. So you may think this card is quite bad, but actually this card does come in quite handy because it has triple strike and it can finish games. But mostly, to be honest, this card gets searched because you want the green energy, and that gives you the consistency, and that lets you unlock your deck's full potential a lot earlier. And another example is with the Vegeta leader. As with most aggro leaders, you want to play the red cards. You want to play Saiyan Kaba, which has a 1-cost red, and this card is very useful for self-awakening, and also it gives you double strike as a 1-drop as well. So this card actually ends up being an end game winner for you. So in order to get the red energy, again you would play a lot of blue cards with Vegeta, and in order to get the red energy, people played Mighty Mask. Now this costs 2 energy, 1 is specified red. You play this card and activate name, place this card into the drop area, and choose 1 Sun Goten and 1 Trunks Youth with 15,000 or less power from your deck and add them to your hand. So your options would have been these 3 cards. Now Unyielding Spirit Trunks lets you untap 1 energy when you combo with it. So this card was generally placed in the deck anyway, and the other 2 would be these 2 Gotens. Depending on your build and what energy you wanted to search, some played just the red one, some played both of these. Generally you wouldn't really play this card at all, but it's just for the red energy. The consistency that it gives you, you can end up playing multiple Cabas on your turn and finish off your opponent. And finally, the last thing I'm going to talk about is energy management. So one of the big mistakes that I see newer players make is that they end their turn and they're completely tapped out. And if you're in this position, then all you can defend with are your 5k combos. And this doesn't give you a lot of combo power, and also you can't play any negates either. So as you can see, most negates would have 1 cost, all negates would have at least a 1 cost, and they all have their specified color as well. So in this example you couldn't play any negates. If for example you had a black energy, again specified cost, you should think of that, because out of these negates you can only play Time's Judgment. If this was a red energy, then you would be able to play your red negate and your black negate. If you chose to run 2, you probably wouldn't, but it still gives you more potential options. And again, I would recommend that newer players run the blue colour, because partly because Whis' Coercion is such a strong negate as well. Negate the attack, then choose one of your energy and switch it to active mode. So you can play this, tap your energy, play this, negate the attack, and untap, and you can play another one. So you can just keep doing. You can play up to 4 of these, because 4 is the maximum that you can have in your deck. The other thing to keep in mind is if you have more energy untapped, then it means you can play your 10k combos, which generally cost 1 energy, and you can also play things like Gohan. So when at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card from your hand, if your leader card is blue, there are one of these for each color. Play this card in rest mode. So remember, when you combo, there is no specified cost. So as long as you have energy open, you can tap, say, this red energy to combo with this, and at the end of the battle, it comes out in rest mode, which next turn gives you an extra card to attack with. So as I said, it's important to manage your energy to make sure that you can survive another turn. That is unless of course you know that you can survive that turn anyway, in which case you have to tap out and go all in and try and win the game that turn. There are some other cards which let you untap your energy. For example, when you're attacking, you can use Unyielding Spirit Trunks. So if you do find yourself untapped, completely untapped, then and you've realised, oh, I've made a mistake here, if I end my turn now, I'm going to lose. Then if you attack, say you haven't attacked your leader, you attack with your leader and you combo with something like Trunks, which lets you untap, then Trunks will untap an energy for you, and in this scenario, at the end of your turn, when your opponent is attacking you, your negate will be live. Also, there is a card called Senzu Bean, so you can choose one of your cards. It gains 5,000 for the duration of the turn, and choose up to 2 of your energy and switch them to active mode. So this lets you untap 2 energy, but it does cost 1 to play. So when you're defending, this card will give whatever cards you choose 5,000 power for the duration of the turn, so it stays, the boost stays. You will need to untap, so you need to tap 1 blue, and you get to untap 2, and this now gives you energy for more combo power or negates. And one card which is also quite popular now is Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. When you combo with this card, draw 1 card. So it's a 1 cost 10k, and you combo with this and you draw 1. So it's kind of like a super combo. It's a pseudo super combo. The super combos don't actually cost any energy to play, but they only they have a requirement for when they actually get the 10k boost. So usually for blue, I would suggest that you play Piccolo. This only gets 10k when your life is 4 or less, but with Goku, this doesn't have that stipulation, but of course you do need to tap 1 energy to play it. And remember guys, do not charge your super combos. So that concludes today's video. If you have any questions, or if you want me to go over anything again, please just drop it in the comments below, and I will probably just answer in the comments, or otherwise if a lot needs to be gone over again, I will make another video. Please like the video if you liked it, and subscribe for more content. I will see you guys next time.